Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai, Vishveshvari Mata Ki Jai. We'll continue on with chapter 23 from book 9 of the Srimad, Devi, Bhagavatam. Narayana spoke. Shiva, versed in the knowledge of the highest reality, hearing all this, went himself with his whole host to the battle scene. Seeing him, Sankachyuta alighted from his chariot and fell prostrate before him. With great force he got up, and quickly putting on his armor, he took up his huge and heavy bow case. Then a great fight ensued between Shiva and Sankachyuta. For full 100 years but there was no defeat nor victory on either side. The result was stalemate. Both of them, Bhagavan and the Danava, quitted their weapons. Sankachyuta remained on his chariot, and Mahadeva rode on his bull. Hundreds and hundreds of Danavas were slain. But extraordinarily endowed with divine power, Shambhu restored to life all of those of his party that were slain. In the meanwhile, an aged Brahmin, very distressed in his appearance, came to the battlefield and asked Sankachyuta, the king of the Danavas, "O king, grant me what I beg of you. You give away in charity all sorts of wealth and riches. Give me also what I desire. Give me, a Brahmin, something also. I am peaceable, aged Brahmin, and very thirsty. Make your promise first, and then I will speak to you what I desire." The king, Sankachyuta, with a gracious countenance and pleasing eyes, swore before him that he would give him what he desired. Then the Brahmin spoke to the king with great affection and maya. "I am desirous of your kavacha, your amulet." The king then gave him the kavacha, the special amulet. Bhagavan Hari, Vishnu, in the form of that Brahmin, took the kavacha, and assuming the form of Sankachyuta, came to Tulsi, Sankachyuta's wife. Coming there, he made his Maya magic manifest and held sexual intercourse with her. At this time, Mahadeva took up the Hari's trident, aiming at the king of the Danavas. The trident looked like the midday sun of summer, flaming like a pralaya fire. It looked irresistible and invincible, as if quite powerful to kill the enemies. In brilliance, it equaled the Sudarsana chakra, the disc, and it was the disc of all the weapons. No other body than Shiva and Kesava could wield such a weapon, and everybody feared that but Shiva and Kesava. In length, it was about 1,000 dhanus, and in width, it was 100 hands. It seemed lively, of the nature of Brahma, eternal and not capable to be noticed, whence and how it proceeded. The weapon could destroy, by its own free will, all the worlds. When Shiva held it aloft and aiming it at Sankachyuta, he hurled it on him. The king of the demons quitted his bows and arrows, and with mind collected in a yogic posture, began to meditate on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna with great devotion. At this moment, the trident whirling round the feet of Sankachyuta and easily burnt him and his chariot to ashes. He then, assuming the form of the two-armed Gopa, full of youth, divine, ornamented with jewels, holding flute, mounted on a divine chariot, surrounded by kotis and kotis of Gopas, who came there from the region of Goloka, whose bodies were built up of excellent jewels, and Sankachyuta there went up to the heavens, Golaka, where Sri Vrindavana is located in the middle. Sankachyuta went to Vrindavana, fell full of rasas, sentiments, and bowed down at the feet of Radha Krishna with devotion. Both of them were filled with love when they saw Sudashias commence, and joyful eyes they took him on their laps. On the other hand, the Sula weapon came with force and gladness back again to Krishna. The bones of Sankachuda, O Narada, were transformed into conch shells. These conch shells are always considered very sacred and auspicious in the worship of the Devas. The water in the conch shell is also very holy and pleasing to the Devas. What more than this, that the water in the conch shell is as holy as the water in any tirtha. This water can be offered to all of the gods, but not to Lord Shiva. Wherever the conch shell is blown, there Lakshmi abides with great pleasure. If bathing be done with conch shell water, it is equivalent to taking a bath in a tirtha. Bhagavan Vishnu resides direct in the conch shell. Where Shankha is placed, there Vishnu resides. Lakshmi also resides there, and all inauspicious things fly away from there. Where the females and the Sudras blow the conch shells, Lakshmi then gets vexed, and out of terror she goes away to other places. O Narada, Mahadeva, after killing the Danava, went to his own abode. When he gladly went away on his vehicle on the bull's back, with his whole host, all the other devas went to their respective places with great gladness. Celestial drums were sounded in the heavens. The Gandharvas and the Kinnaras began to sing songs and shower the flowers, were strewing them on Shiva's head. All the Munis and Devas and their chiefs began to chant hymns to him. Here ends the 23rd chapter of the 9th book on the killing of Shankachuda in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses, by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.